better idea. Do you have a towel? Do you have a hand sanitizer? Now, for a moment, think what's happening here. It's probably a good sanitary thing to be able to wash our hands or use hand sanitizer, right? But for the Jews, it was more than that because they created these human traditions like washing the hands. It wasn't one of God's laws, but it sort of became like one of God's laws, right? And it became more important for them to focus on things like their hands rather than things like their hearts. In today's first reading from the book of Deuteronomy, do you think that God was giving God's commandments to the people so that it would affect their outside more, or was he doing it for what was inside of them? I have a feeling that all those things that Jesus said that come from within us, that's really why God wrote God's law, that God shared God's law with us. It was about those things. It's about what's on the inside. Turn to the person beside you and answer this question. You just pulled the bowl out of the cupboard, and you notice that the bowl has dirt on it. Now, are you personally hoping that dirt is on the inside, or are you hoping that it's on the outside? Is it better for the dirt to be on the inside or the outside of the bowl? Turn to the person beside you and tell them your answer. And Margaret said, go. Anyone saying you prefer the dirt on the inside of the bowl? Now, why would you say it's better for the dirt to be on the outside of the bowl? Because where does the food go? The food goes on the inside. Which is why Jesus, even 2,000 years ago, had that tremendous insight that what's more important is what's on the inside. Better for the dirt to be on the outside. Better for your hands to be unclean than for your heart to be unclean. Amen? And yet we judge one another, usually based on what we see on the outside, by how clean their hands are or not, by the way that they keep themselves, sometimes by the way that they dress, or even the color of their skin. Yikes! What would Jesus say? Jesus would say, it's not about what's on the outside. Amen? It's about what's on the inside. So be honest. How much time did you spend making sure that everything on the outside was ready to present to others? And now how much time did you spend this morning preparing your heart for Mass? Did you spend as much time focused on the inside as you did on the outside? This week, the church celebrates a great saint, Saint Rose of Lima, Peru. Have you heard of her before? Santa Rosa de Lima? Saint Rose was one who was very concerned with what was on the outside. And in fact, when someone told her, oh, you are looking beautiful, what would she do? She would, are you sitting down for this one? She would disfigure herself so that people wouldn't comment on her external beauty. For her, the focus wasn't on being beautiful on the outside. It was on being beautiful where? On the inside. How beautiful are you on the inside? Because maybe that's where we need to be focusing this week. On how beautiful we are on the inside and what it is that we see when we look at the inside of other people. Brothers and sisters, this week, let's be a little less focused on what's on the outside and more focused on what's on the inside. Let us stand and pray.